Morning.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gangadhar Rohika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Aditi Devi Dasi in Canada, Edmonton.
Hare Krishna, Aditi Mataji, Dhanavad Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining every day, giving your association. Welcome to the call.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, and all the glories to the assembled devotees. This is Manjri Leela Devidasi from Naperville. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Manjari Leela Mataji, Dhanavad Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining every day and chanting so nicely. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna, is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanavad Pranam, all glories to Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj, all glories to assembled devotees. This is Mohini Lakshmi from Detroit.
Hare Krishna, Mohini Lakshmi Mataji, Dhanavad Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining every day and giving your association. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all the assembled devotees. This is Indulekha Karuna Devi Dasi from Lincoln. Mataji, I don't see Nishita Mataji or Balabhadra Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji, I know both are absent. Hare Krishna, Indulekha Karuna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining and giving your sweet association every day and all glories to your wonderful services. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna, Vrinda Smata, Dhanavad Pranam to you and all Vaishnava. Srila Prabhupada, Gurudev ki jai, Vrinda.
Hare Krishna, Vrinda Gopika Mataji, Dhanavad Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your association. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna. Yeah, go ahead, Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranams to you. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all glories to the assembled Vaishnavas on the call. This is Vasundhara Devi Dasi from Bangalore, India. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Vasundhara Mataji, Dhanavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining from India every single call. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hari Bol. Is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves? Please go ahead. Okay. Hopefully, Prabhuji joins on time.
No,
so
Mataji.
I just...
Did Prabhuji join?
No, Mataji. I'm telling he will join on time. Yeah. Maybe.
Mataji, you want to do introduction also?
Yeah, Mataji, I can try.
Or I can read it, Mataji, no video.
Yeah, no, Mataji, I will try. Hopefully, I will do it. Good job. Yeah. Yes. Is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves? Okay. Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha conference call. Today, we are very fortunate to have His Grace Sanatana Dharma Prabhu to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 2nd chapter, 44 words. But today's verse is titled by The Seen versus the Unseen. Let's see what is that when Prabhuji joins. Before that, I would like to read his brief introduction. His Grace Sanatana Dharma Prabhu is Brahmachari from ISKCON Pune. He is a disciple of His Holiness Ratna Swami Maharaj and has been practicing Krishna consciousness for more than 12 years. Prabhuji has studied B.Tech from NIT Tiruchi. Prabhuji has worked as a senior manager in Tata Motors, Pune. His current services includes area management and project development head at areas around Pune. He is a counselor and youth corporate preacher, congregational preacher, secretary at Voice Organization, and he is also a remote mentor for NVCC Pune Temple. Prabhuji knows many languages such as English, Hindi, Tamil, Malayalam, Bengali, Marathi, Telugu and Japanese. His degrees includes Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav, IDC and teachers training courses. Hare Krishna. Is Prabhuji there on the call? Not yet, so we'll stop the recording here. So we have this class in the mid-morning today. Like India time would be a 9:30 p.m. IST and US time 10 o'clock CST, 10 a.m. CST. So Tattva Sandarbha of Srila Jiva Goswami, session 4. Please do join us for these sessions also. They are very interesting. Before we read Srimad Bhagavatam, we need to learn this Tattva Sandarbha so that we can deeply understand Srimad Bhagavatam. So please do join for us these sessions too. Hare Krishna. Okay, Sanatan Dharma Prabhu is here. Okay. Hare Krishna, Sanatan Dharma Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for joining us and giving your association.
Hare Krishna
Prabhu, I
Mataji,
can't
I'm just
see.
turning on my camera.
Okay. And Prabhuji would like to see everyone too. Please, if possible, please do on your cameras. Prabhu will be very happy and enthusiastic to preach if we all on our cameras. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Yes, Prabhuji is here. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji,
Hare
please
Krishna.
accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Prabhu, for joining and giving your association. Hope you had a wonderful yatra. Hari Bol.
Static one. I'll be showing some glimpse in the end.
Oh, thank you.
The essence, I'll show the essence in the end if you remind me.
Yes, definitely, I'll remind you. Hari Bol.
Okay, so we begin right away.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes.
Oh, all right. Devotees, Hare Krishna, requesting all the great souls to please turn on the videos. Requesting all wonderful devotees, please. It's very important because I only get inspired and encouraged by seeing videos. Somehow that's my conditioning. So if you really want me to be very Krishna conscious while I'm serving all of you, then please, it's a humble request. Please be there with the videos on. All right, we'll start with prayers. Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guroho Shri Yutaha Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratushe Namaha Ye Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So I'm very happy to be here to render some service to all of you at the Bhakti Sangjapa group, but humbly requesting all devotees to please turn on videos because I'll feel enthusiastic. If I feel enthusiastic, I'll serve nicely. So please turn on your videos, please, please, please. I know you all can. You know how to turn on videos. If you don't know, please check it on the YouTube, but please do come. It's very important. All right, we are discussing a very special section from the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. This is chapter number 2 and shloka number, I guess we're discussing 44, right? 44? 7 to 44. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So I'll just project the shloka for all of you, and meanwhile you can decide to turn on the videos. Suyajño nanvayam shete mudhayam anushocata ya shrotayo nuvakkeha sana drishyeta karhichit. Can someone help me with the translation?
Hare Krishna. Translation. Yamraj continued, O lamenters, you are all fools. The person named Suyagnya, for whom you lament, is still lying before you and has not gone anywhere. Then what is the cause of your lamentation? Previously he heard you and replied to you, but now not finding him, you are lamenting. This is contradictory behavior, for you have never actually seen the person within the body who heard you and replied. There is no need for your lamentation, for the body you have always seen is lying here. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the translation. Can someone read the purport? Somebody else?
This instruction by Yamaraja in the form of a boy is understandable even for a common man. A common man who considers the body, the body, the self, is certainly compared to an animal. I can't read, Prabhu. I may do mistake while I'm reading this Sanskrit.
Okay, this one. Yasyatma buddhi guna preti dhatuke sa eva gokarah.
But even a common man can understand that after death a person is gone. Although the body is still there, a dead man's relatives lament that the person has gone away. For a common man sees the body but cannot see the soul. As described in Bhagavad Gita, Dehinosmin yata dehe, Bhagavad Gita 2.13, the soul, the proprietor of the body, is within. After death, when the breath within the nostrils has stopped, one can understand that the person within the body who was hearing and replying has now gone. Therefore, in effect, the common man concludes that actually the spirit soul was different from the body and has now gone away. Thus, even a common man coming to his senses can know that the real person who was within the body and was hearing and replying was never seen. For that which was never seen, what is the need for lamentation?
For that which is never seen, what is the need for lamentation? Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you all devotees for giving me this wonderful opportunity to discuss on the subject matter of Srimad Bhagavatam. And I still will keep pitching for all of you to turn on the videos. It's very much required. So I wish to narrate a story which I heard during my school days, but it was a very interesting story. The story was about a man who was at his house. He was so-called peacefully living his life just like the normal, regular people of this world. Normal people, regular people, not a Hare Krishna devotee. How the normal people lead. So like that he was living his life. Yes. And while he was living a life like that, at that particular point of time, suddenly he saw three ghastly figures who just penetrated through the wall and came up to him. They were very fearsome. Can you guess who were these three guys? Any idea? Yes, they were the Yamdutas. So these Yamdutas came and they had a special kind of rope. They just threw the rope and just dragged him from his body. He could see his body, he himself getting separated from the body, and they took him to a particular place. And when this person was taken to the place, he was brought before a personality called Chitragupta. And Chitragupta is a person who keeps a track of every individual's pious and impious activities. So they saw that, and the Chitragupta stared at this person. He stared at the official records and he said, "Mistake, mistake. You got the wrong guy. It is not this fellow, it is a fellow who is his neighbor who is supposed to be brought here." And this person who was brought to the court of Yamaraj got literally offended. He said, "Come on, you guys cannot play like this with me. You know what kind of traumatic experience I had to go through, you all getting me here and coming? No, no, I want to talk to your higher authorities." And Chitragupta was saying, "Please let it go, sir. Please, our higher authorities, Yamaraj. So please, let's settle up here." He said, "No, no, no, I want to meet your authorities. Please, bring him, summon him here." I said, "He must be very busy." He said, "I can wait. No problem. Anyway, I'm dead. I have nothing to do. So I'll wait, but I want this person to come here." And there, after Yamaraj was told like this personality has come, Yamaraj reached there. And Yamaraj said, "My dear sir, I beg forgiveness on behalf of my teammates for untimely killing you and bringing you here. That means untimely death of yours, but we will be reinstated in your body and you can continue living your normal life, how you are living." He said, "No, no, no, no. I need something extra." I said, "Extra? What do you need extra?" He said, "I want you to give me some nice signal before my death. So when I'm about to die, I need to have some signal. So what I'll do," even this fellow was a dharmic fellow, a person who was God-fearing kind of guy. So he said that before dying, you give me some signal so that I will wind up with all my activities of sense gratification and all fantasies, and I will come to the life of very nice piety, and I'll do a lot of punya, right?" So Yamraj said, "You have a deal, man. Now go back." So this person was sent back. He was put in his body, and his neighbor, who was supposed to die, he was taken away. All right. Now, after 35 years, this person was again in his house. Unexpectedly, over there, he saw the same three personalities who had come earlier, and he started laughing. They were laughing and coming. And then he started laughing at them. "You guys have again come to the wrong place." They said, "Sorry, sir. Since the time your case study has happened, we have upgraded our technologies. We have better systems now. It is absolutely your turn to come along with us." He said, "Come on, this is cheating." Yamraj told that he will update me on WhatsApp that your turn is going to come. These guys are on the way. Some kind of WhatsApp message, mail. I didn't receive anything. They said, "We don't know that. Or you can talk to Yamraj." And this fellow was again dragged and brought to Chitragupta. And this fellow started, being very furious, and he demanded Yamraj to come there because Yamraj had made a promise and he's supposed to keep by his promise. Why is he not keeping up to his promise? Call Yamraj again. Chitragupta said, "He's very busy." "I don't care if he's busy. Bring him here." And then Yamraj had come and he said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Come on, you guys have cheated me." Then how did I cheat you? So you told me that when I'm about to die, you'll give me some signals. You never gave any. I did not receive any signals. You cheated me." He said, "Oh, wait a minute, sir. When you came last time, what was the color of your hair?" He said, "It was jet black." "And what is the color of your hair now?" He said, "Oh, all my hair are white." "Okay. What kind of face did you have when you walked in here the last time?" He said, I was very handsome, proud of my beauty." "And what about now?" "Oh, now I've got so many wrinkles." "Okay. How many teeth did you have when you came last time?" He said, "I had all my 32. "And what about now?" He said, "I have hardly two." I said, "Good. So I gave you so many unlimited signals like this. I kept giving you signals, but you did not pay heed to it. So signals were given, but you didn't pay heed to it." Hare Krishna. This is our life. Of course, please don't, those devotees who have joined newly, don't go and search, "Prabhuji, which Shastra is this from?" This is just a story, a fictitious story, but it gives us a lot of lessons, right? A lot of lessons. So the lesson which is spoken in the Bhagavad Gita is Jatasya hi dhruvam mrityur dhruvam janma mritasya cha tasmad apariharyerte natvam shochitum arhasi. So Lord Krishna tells very clearly that every person who has come into being, that means he's born, who has a birthday, happy birthday, will definitely have a demise, a death day as well. Just like we say in our assembly and manufacturing, mechanical engineering, that any product which has a manufacturing date will definitely have an expiry date. So we all know our manufacturing date, but we don't know expiry date. Anytime. Expiry date can come at any time, but it's for sure. As sure as death. We call it as sure as death. Now, commonly, if you see in this world, people avoid the discussion of death. They don't want to decide, why exactly should we discuss this inauspicious things? No, 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 no. Don't do that. Don't discuss this inauspicious things like death and all that. We don't want to hear. But they are so miserable in their life. They don't want to discuss about death, but they're so miserable. On the other hand, devotees discuss openly about all these subject matters such as death, but the devotees are always blissful, anandatma, prasannatma, even after discussing about death, right? So this subject matter should be discussed about life, death, what is beyond life. These subject matters we push aside, but till the time we discuss about these subject matters like death, we are not going to be very serious. Now, just now, what has happened? Whose death has happened here? In this context, whose death has happened? Anyone remembers?
Suyagnya.
Suyagnya. And Suyagnya has died. He's a Puranic. This is a Puranic story. And who is telling this story to whom?
Hiranyakashipu is telling the story to all the...
This story is being spoken by Hiranyakashipu to his mother, his sister-in-laws, the wife of all the wives of Hiranyaksha. He's telling them these stories. Why he's telling them the story? What is the occasion of this Bhagavatam class?
To make them understand what is the difference between body and the soul.
The occasion is death of his younger brother Hiranyaksha. And thus he's trying to tell them, trying to pacify them. What generally people do in this world is they lament for the material body. And this is precisely what Arjuna was doing in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, right? What was Arjuna doing? He was lamenting. What was the cause of his lamentation? The first chapter, the name of the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita is Arjuna Vishada Yoga. It's Arjuna Vishada Yoga, the lamentation of Arjuna, how Arjuna is lamenting. But why is he lamenting? On material grounds, for the body. And what does Lord say? Ashochananma shochastvam prajna bhasam sabhasate yat gata suna gata sumshananu shochandi pandita. He says very clearly, you are speaking learned words, but you are lamenting for that which is not worthy of lamentation. Those who are wise lament neither for the living nor for the dead. This is what Krishna says. The opening statements of Krishna as Guru. He's telling Arjuna very clearly that you are lamenting for something which is not worthy of lamentation. And the same message is again and again and again given in the Shastra. Don't lament for the body. Don't lament. Don't lament. One of the speakers of Bhagavatam, he was telling that when Abhimanyu died, that time Arjuna was crying. And Krishna came, sat beside Arjuna, and he started crying even more loudly. Arjuna was crying, Abhimanyu. Krishna came, sat beside him, he started crying even more loudly. And then Arjuna stopped crying. He looked at Krishna and says, Krishna, why are you crying? Oh, I spoke so much about Bhagavad Gita. I spoke to you all these sermons. It's all gone in vain. You're still crying and lamenting. Like that. He was telling. Yes. So when one is lamenting, yes, one laments. Lamenting is common. How many of us lament? Yeah, we all lament. We all lament. We lament for the matter. So whenever we have this shoka, shochati, that lamentation, we have to get rid by explaining Atma Tattva. That is why in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, what does Krishna teach to Arjuna? The science of soul, Atma Tattva. There's a comment by Her Grace Indulekha Karuna Mataji that Prabhuji, thank you so much for beginning this December with so many references to Bhagavad Gita, because this our Vaikuntha Mokshada Ekadashi is going to come very soon, 23rd, I guess. Yeah, 23rd December is Mokshada Ekadashi. This is the month of Bhagavad Gita. That's why Prabhupada wanted this to be a book marathon, December book marathon. So Atma Tattva, the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. This is something which is very important for all of us to study and understand. So Yamaraj is also explaining the same thing. Hiranyakashipu is explaining the same thing about Atma Tattva Gyan, the whole second chapter. That will get rid of lamentation. Should devotees lament? I want votes in chat. By that way, I'll get to know how many of them are still awake, alert, and alive in my class. You have to type. Typing. Y for yes, N for no. Please do the needful. Devotees should lament. 1, 2, 3, 4. One vote is for no, one vote is. Many of them are yes. This is Achintya Vedabhed answer. Neena Mataji, I think. We should, but we should not. Achintya Vedabhed answer. We should lament. But upon who should we lament? We should lament at those people who are not Krishna conscious. What did Prahlad Maharaj say? Prahlad Maharaj told, Hey Narsimdev, Naivodvije Paraduratyaya Vaitaranya Swadvirya Gayana Mahamritam Magna Chitta. I am completely absorbed in Krishna consciousness and I am blissful reciting your glories. At the same time, Shoche, I am having a lamentation. I lament. Shoche tato vimukha chetasa indriyartha maya sukham abhara udvahato vimudhan. I lament by seeing those living entities who have turned their face against you. Oh, poor fellow, is so Krishna unconscious. The fellow is not a devotee of Krishna. See how much he is suffering. So seeing the suffering of others, a devotee laments. Devotee doesn't lament on matter. When Prabhupada went to the West and he saw the big skyscraper buildings, the skyliners, he saw the wonderful technological advancement. He saw the different automobile cars running from here and there on first class 4-lane roads. He saw the beautiful bodies of American men and women. And he saw them enjoying sense gratification. Prabhupada was crying tears. That was his response to seeing the Americans enjoy. And he said, these people are suffering without Krishna. They think they are enjoying. Just like a pig who is there in the gutter is drinking the sewage water and eating the stool which is flowing there in the gutter and thinking, I'm enjoying. Wow, tasty. I got really tasty stool today. That's what the people are doing. So Prabhupada was crying tears. He was lamenting at their pathetic state. Devotee should definitely lament on the state of the karmis, the people are around. And that is when a devotee will get the compassion to preach Krishna consciousness. All right. The concept of soul is very, very mystical. This even Krishna says it's very mystical. It's not very easy to understand what is soul. You cannot explain so much. Ascharyavat pashyati kaschidenam. Ascharyavat vadati tathaiva chanyaha. Ascharyavat chainam anyashranoti. Shrutwapyenam vedana chaiva kaschit. It is something which is very difficult for those, Ascharyavat. It's something which is very astonishing to hear, to speak about, to understand, to comprehend. Yes, to give sermons. Mayam Matma Pravachanena Labdyo. Even after giving different sermons, one still cannot understand the position of the soul. It's something very amazing that Krishna says. But the Atma Tattva Gyan is very important for all of us to dwell upon. Very important. Okay, all right. I would like to project the translation. I'm going to ask you some questions. I request you all to please look at the translation very attentively. I'll read it myself and then I'll ask you something. Yamaraj continued. Please hear attentively. O lamenters, you are all fools. The person named Suyagnya, for whom you lament, is still lying before you and has not gone anywhere. Then what is the cause of your lamentation? Previously he heard you and replied to you, but now not finding him, you are lamenting. This contradictory behavior, for you have never actually seen the person within the body who heard you and replied. There is no need for your lamentation, for the body you have always seen is lying here. Can anyone see this? I'll give you 5 seconds. All right. Can anyone explain in simple words what's happening? What exactly is Yamaraj telling the wives of Suyagnya? Anybody? Simple words. Okay. Raise Vasundhara Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranams.
Dandatna.
He is referring to the soul who is unseen and is referring to the body who is seen.
Very
But
good.
the unseen, the soul is the one who was replying and responding and enjoying, etc., etc. But the body who is being seen is dead matter after the soul is gone. That is, the unseen is gone. The seen is there, but he is not responding because it is all done by the unseen, the soul. Hare Krishna.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you. Applause for you. Thank you so much. Very true. If
All
you
glories
think
to
that
Srila
this guy is the
Prabhupada.
body, you think he's the body, he's lying there. If you think he's the soul, you never saw him, you never associated with him. Then what is the need to lament? If you're lamenting for body, body is right there. You're lamenting for soul, soul is gone. You never saw the soul. You never saw that person. So what is the use of lamenting for something which you have never seen? So he's trying to put some sense into these people. Yes, he's trying to put some sense into these people. Just like now, I don't know how much in the US, but in India, there's so much lamentation going on because Indians lost the World Cup, Cricket World Cup. People are lamenting. There's a 23-year-old boy, youth, who committed suicide. He committed suicide because India lost the World Cup. Of course, he would have put some money in the betting and lost a huge amount. There's a company who gave leave to all their employees for 1 week to cope up with the loss of India in the World Cup. Has he seen the Indian cricket team? Has he seen any live cricket match? Does he know any of the cricketers? But still, that fellow is lamenting for their loss. Oh, we lost the World Cup. We lost life, etc. So this is what is gross foolishness. So he's just trying to instill some brains. Some people are speculating, oh, because I saw the World Cup, because this guy saw the World Cup, India lost. Whenever he sees, India loses. He doesn't see the World Cup, India wins. He never saw any match. He only saw the finals. That's why India lost. So people are speculating. These are all speculative ideas that people are having. And then they're lamenting for such foolish things. So we need to really instill some faith. And that's why when previously India had lost a match, there was a lecture at ISKCON Chowpatty. And the lecture's title was a Sunday feast lecture called Ante Leela of CC. And devotees are wondering, what is this? This is Ante Leela of cricket consciousness. Hare Krishna. That people so much become very conscious. Hare Krishna. There are three types of knowledge. Krishna explains the Bhagavad Gita 18th chapter that three types of knowledge are there. There is knowledge in goodness, knowledge in passion, and knowledge in ignorance. So the knowledge in passion is when a person may see all the living entities, but he's seeing the same spirit soul in everybody. That is knowledge in goodness. There's knowledge in passion. Knowledge in passion means one is seeing living entities, but he's dividing them based on body. They're human beings, they're cows, there's an elephant, they're birds, there's reptiles. He's dividing them. He's classifying based on body. And there is knowledge in the mode of ignorance, where a person is only concerned with the activity of eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. That's it. His own comfort. I'm not bothered about anything or anyone of this world. I want to eat, I want to sleep, I want to mate, I want to defend. This is knowledge and ignorance. Can you imagine? Knowledge and ignorance are actually opposite to each other. But there can be a knowledge which is in ignorance also. So people may be very good at eating, sleeping, mating, defending, which means that person is exactly like an animal. For an animal, there is nothing but self-sustenance. That's it. I sustain and others all die. I don't care. That's the mentality of this person. The three levels of knowledge. We all, when we cultivate Krishna consciousness, we are supposed to come to the knowledge of Sattva Guna, which means we should start seeing everybody as spirit souls who are part and parcel of Krishna. We should begin. And even if we are not able to see, we should at least theoretically understand that everybody is a part and parcel of Krishna. Right? Okay. I would like to tell you another story. For that reason, I need videos to be on for that. If you all turn on videos, I'll definitely tell you. That is fun videos. Some of you can sacrifice your internet packets and turn on some of your videos, and what will happen is you'll get to know the story. I only 2 of them. 3. I need 2 more. 2 more, please. And the condition is keep it on. No cheating. You don't turn off in between. So on, we keep it on. Okay, fine. Some of them have been compassionate upon me. The story is of a king. And this king was very boastful of himself. So once he called an assembly of his courtiers, and he said that I am a great king. He declared himself to be great. I have amassed so much of wealth by conquering different territories. And those territories which I didn't conquer, I went up to those kings and got their daughter's hand in marriage and married and got so many queens. And from them, I produced many, many children, thus strengthening my family. And in course of time, I have so many elephantry, cavalry, and camels. I can attack and conquer many, many places. I'm so very powerful. I have a great treasury. I have a great army. I have a great family. I have a great kingdom. So he was just boasting about himself. At that point of time, a saintly person walks into the court. And this king had the courage and also the etiquettes to get up, stand up, and allow the sage to sit on his seat. And he told the sage, please enlighten us with your sermons. And the sage started giving Bhagavatam class. And normally what happens when we give Bhagavatam class? What happens to the audience? They switch off their videos. I mean, they just put their shutters off and they go to sleep. There are two mantras in ISKCON, they say. One mantra is Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, which puts everyone to sleep. And there's another mantra, Mahaprasade Govinde, which makes everyone to get up. So these are two powerful mantras in ISKCON. So as soon as he started chanting Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, everybody, they were all sleeping. And even the king was sleeping the most. He was almost snoring. His ministers had to wake him up. Hey, get up. If the sage looks at you, that's it. We're gone. He's going to curse us. He curses you. We all have to suffer. And the sage was closing his eyes and he was giving the class. And he was talking about soul. He was talking about Atma Tattva, Gyan. And the king was nicely sleeping. And the sage, he heard some sound when he was giving the class. That is the kind of sound that he started hearing. The sage then just opened his eyes. That's why a speaker of Bhagavatam should never close eyes and give class. The audience will be knocked out. So he got up and he said, hey, this guy, I'm giving this lecture for him and he's nicely sleeping. He starts awaking. Boom! He gets up all of a sudden. Says, you fellow, you're sleeping in my class. He said, I'm so sorry. He says, he was about to spell a curse. The king falls at his feet and he says, see, I'm so tired with so much of management service and I'm very passionate guy, So sitting in class and doing jap and all this stuff, I don't do that. But if you want some service to be done, I can definitely do it for you. Some service, I'll very happily do for you. The sage contemplates for a while. This is all right. I want you to find a fool in your country. Okay, he notes it down. Hey, somebody please take down notes. Note it down. This fool, okay. And I want you to give him a stick. Said, okay, get one stick also. And ask him to keep rotating the stick and go around your country. Okay. And you give him some salary also. King says, okay. And the sage says, that's it. You do this and I'll be very happy with you. And king is wondering, a fool, a stick, rotate, salary. Come on, don't look at my faces. Go and find this fellow. So the ministers, they go to one place and they're looking for where we can find a foolish person. So the ministers see that there is one person who's sitting on a branch of a tree and he's cutting the branch on which he's sitting. And the ministers say, hey, you will fall down if you do that. And that person looks at them and says, hey, you will fall down. And soon enough, in matter of few seconds, he falls down. And this person falls down. His back was hurting. And he looked up to these ministers and he said, I think you are not ordinary people. You're great souls, for you could tell my future. Oh, great sages, please accept my Dandavat Pranam. Please accept me as your disciple so that you can keep telling my future and tell me if I have fortune. And the ministers are wondering that we just found ourselves a Murkha, jackpot, catch him. And they catch him and they bring him to the king. And they say, the ministers say, king, here is the Murkha. He says, hey, don't call me Murkha, you are Murkha. The king says, okay, the most intelligent person in the whole world, please come here. And this person says, yeah, that's me. I want you to do something for me. I want you to take the stick, rotate the stick, keep going on in the country, and I'll pay you salary also. Because if you're going to pay me, I have no problem. I'll keep doing that. And then he started rotating the stick and doing his job. And he was getting paid on time. Many years passed, and the king was practically on his deathbed. He had become very old. He was coughing mucus, and he knew he was about to die. So the king meets all his courtesans, all the important citizens, all his family members, but he's still discontent because he's wondering, who is that one person? Is there somebody I'm missing, I've not met? And finally he remembers, oh, this Murkha. That guy also must be old. Please call him. And the Murkha comes. And he says, oh, Murkha, you're very happy to see you. He says, I'm very happy to see you too, king. But then this is the last time we're going to meet, I suppose. Last time? Why? Why last time? So because I'm going to die. Death? Die? What is death, king? So king says, death is that situation where a person goes to a far, far, far place and doesn't come back. Oh, that is death. No, king, please take me. Take me also with you. I like to come with you. King says, no, I can't take you there. Then oh, you must be taking all your queens there. Okay, Murkha, I'm not taking my queens there. Oh, then you must be taking all your children there. He says, no, you cannot take any person there. Oh, then you must be taking your horses, your elephants, your camel to those places. No, I cannot take any living being there. Then you must be taking all your treasury, your wealth, your gold coins, your diamonds, your rubies, your pearls, your emeralds, and all these things there. He said, no, Murkha, you're really a Murkha. I cannot take even a small broken needle with me. Murkha says, all right, then go alone. Fine, suits you. But Murkha, I know even you have become old. So I would like you to do one job for me. Do not worry, I'm not removing you from the job. I'll give you a nice pension. But I want you to take this stick, take your stick and go and give it to another Murkha. No, wait, to a Mahamurkha, a Murkha who's even greater fool than you. Go give this stick to him. And then the service will be complete. And this person is finding, where should I go? Here, there. He goes to the courtesans there, over here. He goes to the minister 1, minister 2, minister 3, and finally he comes near the deathbed of the king and says, oh, Mahamurkha, take this. And everybody around the king, they take out their sword. They pull it out from the dagger and they're about to chop his head. The king says, wait, let this person explain why he called me a Mahamurkha. He says, Murkha, tell me, why am I Mahamurkha? Hey, king, you knew that one point of time you're going to die. You're going to go to that far off place. And you knew very well that you're not going to take your wives with you, but you kept just expanding your family. You can't take your children, but you kept producing children. You cannot take your army or your animals with you, but you still kept expanding those. You cannot even take one coin of your treasury, but you just, whole of your life, you just spent on getting all these things. That's it. That's all you spent. So you spent your life, you invested your time, energy, effort, and consciousness in getting those things which are not going to help you anytime at the point of death. That's what you lived. And thus, I consider you Mahamurkha, a bigger fool than I am. Then the king folds his hands in front of this Murkha and says, you cannot be a Murkha. You're definitely a very, very intelligent person. So please reveal your identity. And then this Murkha, the so-called Murkha, he speaks up and he tells that, remember, many years back, there was a holy sage who had come to your land. He'd come and sat on the throne. He was trying to give you the Atma Tattva Gyan, but that time you were not prepared to hear it. So I am the disciple of that sage who sent me to your life so that I can enlighten you on the science of soul and what is the goal and purpose of life. And that is when the king is prepared to hear this message. And then he hears about the knowledge of soul and beyond. This bodily concept of life is something which makes us forget about the soul. Yasyatma buddhi konapetri dhatuke swadi kalatrādishu bhaumya ijjati. Yattirtha buddhi shalilena karhichi janeshu abhigneshu saeva gokara. A person who considers oneself to be a bag. Kunapa is bag. This body is a bag of 3 substances. Kapha, Pitta, Vata. Bile, air and mucus. And Swadhik Kalatra Adishu is just conscious of his expansions from this body. Bhaumya Ijjati. My land is most worshipable. Yatirtha Buddhi Shalinena Karhichit. One who goes to a holy place simply to take a bath and not to hear the sermons of great souls. Such a person is as foolish and gross as an animal, as good as a cow or an ass. Correct? So that is why the science of soul is very important. In fact, in Prabhupada times, how do devotees, how they used to preach? They didn't do much. They used to give out Bhagavad Gita. They say, you're not body or soul. Chant Hare Krishna, you'll be happy. This was their preaching. And that's how the Krishna consciousness movement expanded this basic truth. Chant Hare Krishna, you'll be happy, and you're not the body or soul. That's it. Just 2 lines. The devotees only kept saying this. And through that, that's a deep truth. Nobody knows this. Nobody told me this, that you're not the body or soul. Thank you for this knowledge. We will go on. But even if somebody asks, once what happened, there was a devotee distributing book. So he was distributing book, and by distributing book, he reached a liquor shop, a pub, a bar, whatever you call it. And he was standing at the entrance of the bar and trying to distribute, trying to protect this. Or they are already sinful. Let them not commit more sinful, no abuse of the body. But they were not in a mood to listen. They were saying, get aside. We want to go in. But the same guys, when they were sober, they were not listening. But then they got drunk. Everybody was taking the book. And they were giving huge donations. So devotee said, this is a nice spot. I got. So he was there. The sober guy is not taking liquor. When the guys are totally drunk, they're coming and taking all books and giving huge donation. This is a true thing that happens. This is near our center, Kharadi. Some of our devotees had gone in a place called Viman Nagar. That's outside the bar, and this was happening very nice. The drunk guys were taking all the books. And then there was one drunk guy. He stood and he asked, what is this about? So the devotee started explaining, this is about soul. So his friend came from back and he said, Soul, I know soul. My body has 2 souls. One right soul, one left soul. He was showing his leg and telling right soul, left soul. And this devotee is saying, no, don't listen to him. The 2 souls. So then, the soul is such a difficult process. You cannot even see a soul. He asked, what is a soul? So the devotee explained, Ishagra shatabhagasya shatamsha sadrishatmakah jiva sukshma swarupoyam sankhya itatu atito hi chitkana. Sankhya atito. You cannot actually measure what is a soul. But he had to graphically represent. So he said, when you take a tip of your hair and divide it into 100 parts, and divide that one part into another 100 parts, that is the dimension of soul. And this really impressed both the drunkards. He said, give me, that other drunkard who was telling 2 souls, he said, give me 1 copy. I really want to know about this. Right? Hare Krishna. Amazing. Like to hear one more story? Yeah. This is a story of a man who had, I need more videos on. Come on. It's worth it, right? Worth the story? Then worth give me some internet packets. Please, please. You want to hear the story? At least some devotees have to turn on. Okay, no cheating. No cheating, please. All right, some of them, 5 devotees are turned the videos on. I'm seeing all of you. And I'm getting so inspired by the devotees who turned on the videos that I'm able to speak. I'm inspired by this. So there was a man who had 4 wives. It's a man with 4 wives. A brahmachari telling the story of a man with 4 wives. Right? So his first wife was his wife who he pampered a lot. He gave her saris, he gave her clothes, he gave her jewelry, he gave her nice foods to eat, nicely pampering her, all her needs fulfilled. That was his first wife. The second wife? The second wife is that wife whom he always carried with her when he would go for his important businesses, when he would go to any place for any purchase, for shopping, he would always take her. And he kept her very safely. He was very protective about her. Then he had a third wife. This third wife was the wife whom he vented out, emotional outbursts, speaking out his heart, sharing feelings, all these things he did with his third wife. And what about the fourth wife, Prabhuji? The fourth wife, well, he didn't bother about her. He didn't care. For him, she didn't even exist. He never even inquired about her. He was least bothered about her. At one point of time, one day, one not so fine day, this gentleman, he got a very excruciating pain in his heart. So he went to the doctor. And the doctor, after the diagnosis, he said, has anyone come with you? He said, my second wife, she's with me. All right. I would like to tell something very painful. And the painful fact is that you're not going to live longer. You hardly have a week to live. Same like Parikshit Maharaj situation. But the Parikshit Maharaj knew for sure that I have 7 days and 7 nights. This guy was not sure whether even I'm going to live the next 7 moments. But still, doctors, maximum, if we can all put you on medication, etc., in 7 days. So please go and meet all your relatives and just come and get admitted. So this person decided to go to his first wife, and he told his first wife that I'm going to die. And the first wife said, I don't care. He was shock of his life. He pampered her so much for his whole life, and the first wife says, I don't care. He was heartbroken, but somehow he just tried to gather himself up, and he went to the second wife and told her that I'm going to die. She smiled, and she said, after you die, I will become somebody else's. I'll have another husband. Oh, this was another big stab. The lady whom he carried always with him, that's what she did. Number 3, he went to the third wife and asked her and told her that I'm going to die. She said, yes, I'll cry for some time, or rather, I'm pretend to cry for some time. And once you're buried and your last rites are over, that's it. I'm going to get back to my normal business. That's it. And this was another blow. And now this guy was beating himself, kicking himself, and telling that my whole life I wasted for these 3 ladies who simply, ruined me. And now when I'm going to die, they're not able to do anything for me. What a waste. I don't expect anything from the fourth wife because I've not invested anything in her. But at the least I could do is go and beg forgiveness. I'll say I'm sorry that I couldn't do anything for you, and I'll just walk away. She went to the fourth wife and told her, I'm so sorry. I just want to inform you that I'm going to die, and I just came to beg forgiveness. She said, please, there is no need to beg forgiveness. I'm very glad that you came to me. I'm so glad. And please do not worry. Wherever you go after death, I will always be with you. And that's when he starts crying all the more that the lady who loved him the most, he neglected her throughout her own life. So, my dear friends, this story of this man is none other than our story. This man is us. Then who are these wives? The first wife is our body, whom we feed nicely, we clothe nicely, we pamper nicely. And then the body doesn't care because the body is dead. A dead body, how can dead body have feelings? So when we die, the body doesn't care. It's lying there. The second wife is the wealth, which a person carries all his life. But after his death, the wealth becomes someone else's. That's why she said, I'll become somebody else's. The third wife are the relatives and friends with whom we share so much of our heart and feelings. But in truth, all of them only come till the burial ground and pretend to cry for some time, and then they're back to school, back to their normal lives. No problem. And who's the fourth wife? Type, please. Typing. Let's see who are all still awake in the class. I get to know, right? This is a check for myself. Who is the fourth wife? The fourth wife is... Oh, soul is the person. How can the soul be the fourth wife? Husband and wife can't be same, right? The fourth wife is Paramatma, the super soul. The super soul is the fourth wife, who genuinely cared and genuinely was looking. There are 2 birds sitting on the same tree. One bird is eating the bitter fruits, sometimes the nice fruits, and the second bird is simply looking at the bird, waiting when this person will give up his nonsense and turn towards me. And that's what Krishna is waiting for. Correct? The greatest treasure, the greatest wealth is with all of us. But we miss it many times. Just like, I'm going to show you, I need more videos. I'm going to show you a Prabhupada story, a story that Prabhupada would tell many times. This is something you cannot miss. You will be very happy. You'll be really happy to see this. So I don't want you to miss it. So please turn on your video. Only when I see video, I'll show you. I'm going to show you pictures. Please. At least 2-3 videos. Okay, all right. Okay, this is a story that Prabhupada often says. The woman who lost her baby. Okay. So there was a lady going around the village asking everyone, where is my baby? Did you see my baby? Please mute. I beg forgiveness from the administrator. I'm going to mute everybody till the question answers because it was disturbing the class. So I muted all. Where is my baby? Do you see my baby? And these people are laughing at her. And she's having no clue. I'm in pain and distress. But all people are laughing. And I know by now, even you all must be laughing at her. She couldn't understand why they were laughing. See? She was looking, he's still laughing. Finally, she went to a sadhu. She said, "My dear sir, this world is so bad. I can understand why you became a sadhu. Because this world is so bad. I asked for my baby and they were all laughing." See, they're all still laughing. So the sage says, "You go to the lake and look inside. Your baby is in there." What? He jumped in the lake? No, no, no. You just go to the lake and look inside. That's it. So she went to the lake and looked down and she saw that the baby was sleeping on her shoulder. Then she found out that is why they were laughing, because the baby was on her shoulder all the time. Would anybody want to share your insights on this story? Anybody? Because more important than story is moral of the story. Anybody? Try, don't worry, you cannot be wrong. It's so obvious. It's so easy. I'm just trying to engage you all. So that you all don't sleep like that baby behind. Okay. Problems we face are due to our karma and not others. It went in another direction. Our search for happiness is within us. Good. This is close. God is within us, Paramatma, but we're still searching for God outside. Oh, then we don't go to temple, etc. Okay, we are looking for ourselves, soul. Since Krishna is a reservoir of pleasure. Okay, Paramatma is within us. Paramatma is within our heart. Super soul is always with us. Krishna is always there with us. True. So discovering yourself. Yes, this is the art of discovering yourself. The happiness always lies within you, and ultimately you as a soul. One has to discover it. Until the time you don't discover yourself, you are going to be miserable. But then we need to take shelter of a sadhu, a guru, who will give you a sadhana, a procedure to discover yourself. And the sadhana which is given for us to discover ourselves is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So this is the sadhana which is given to us to discover yourself. So there are, as devotees, we should also be very scientific in our presentation. Yeah, we should not just be devotional, we should also be scientific, because human brain is very rational. So I'm going to show you some proofs for the existence of soul, logical proofs. I'll stop, disable annotations for here so that nobody can draw on. Okay, the no annotation. Okay, all right. So we're going to see scientific proofs for an anti-material personality. In fact, two scientists in 1958, they wrote a paper on anti-material particle, which is exactly having the opposite properties of matter, which is the soul. The first one is common sense, and Prabhupada writes about this common sense in the purport. We all have gone to some, a death ceremony. People say she has passed away. Oh, the body is still there. Then who has passed away? So everybody subconsciously, unconsciously knows that actually the soul has passed away. The second one is consciousness. Now, if suppose there's a camera, the camera will be able to see red light. There's no consciousness. It's able to see some visible range frequency. That's it. On the other hand, if people are walking by the road, they will remember happy memories, seeing that wonderful sunrise or sunset, whatever. They get some happy memories associated with color. They don't have feelings. They don't have thinking. They don't have intentions. This is the proof. The consciousness is the proof for the Atma. That is why in Sanskrit we call Atma what Atma? Chetan Atma. This is a very, very phenomenal experience, which is called NDE, near death experience or out of body experience. And 11 to 14% of the average American population have actually experienced out of body experience and even near death experience. The story that I told in the beginning is that of near death experience. This is out of body experience where a person has gone to the ceiling and has been seeing the doctors operating. That especially happens at the time of operations when the patient goes into coma That time the subtle body comes out of the soul, and the person is able to see that how his gross body is being operated while being still connected to the gross body. Even the near-death experience, many of them have been declared even brain dead. The scientists declare, the doctors declare, oh, this person is brain dead. But still, there are people who come back to life, they sprang back to life. And that is why it is said that in Shastra, we don't declare brain dead. If the heartbeat stops, then a person is dead. And even Prabhupada writes the breathing has to be checked. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, when he saw that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had fainted, he had put some cotton to see, and he saw that there is some movement is going on. That's a way to check if a person is still alive. So there are a lot of books on near-death experience and afterlife, out-of-body experiences, journey of souls beyond the body, so many things. Yeah. The fourth one is scientific research on reincarnation. This is Dr. Ian Stevenson. He's a professor of psychiatry, University of Virginia. He's extensively investigated 2,000 cases of spontaneous reincarnation memories where the person has remembered their past life, and he in fact verified it by actually going to that spot and making a person meet his previous life's family. Those kind of cases he has. Not just dogmatically somebody is just telling. And there's so many books on reincarnation, right? And 78% of the world population today believes in reincarnation. That's the statistics. All right. The final one is phobias. No, the second last. Like everybody is afraid of something. You all have phobias, some phobia or the other. We have or not? Yeah, any of you have phobias? We all have some phobias. Well, what is phobias? Phobias are very much associated with how we died in the previous life. Somebody who is drowned in the pool will be hydrophobic, afraid of water. Somebody who is being stabbed to death will have fear of sharp objects. Somebody is shot will be really afraid of firearms and so on. And another proof is the temperament of the twins, because ultimately they're two different souls, although they may have the same genetic material scientifically, but they're still different because the soul is different. There may be two similar car models with the same nameplate, but they may be driving, they may be driven differently because the driver is different. Happens. So these are some of the proofs for reincarnation. When Prabhupada mentions the common sense. So Yamaraj is preaching to the wives of Suyagnya to teach them this common sense that we are not this body, we are the soul. We have 5 minutes for question answers. So I'll break for question answers now.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Very beautiful class, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Amazing class. And the story was amazing. The 4 wives. I'm going to tell my wife when I go home today. I have 4 wives, and then I'm going to beaten up.
You should tell 5 then. In that case, you tell 5. Because you actually beaten up if you don't count her.
Yeah, 4 extra. Prabhuji, what was the second thing he was doing with wife? So first one, he was always taking that his body. Third one.
Body was pampering, was feeding.
Yes, body was pampering, feeding.
Second one, he would carry her every day. Money we always carry and protect. He's very overly protected with, overly protective towards her. But keep her very safe. Yeah.
Yes. Prabhu, I have a small question. Dear devotees, meanwhile, if you have any questions, please raise your hand. Any comments for Prabhuji, please raise your hand. Prabhuji, I have a question. Prabhu, we usually, hear that we have to engage our senses, 11 senses in the service of God. I understand about the 10 senses, Prabhu, and we try to do as best as possible to stay near the God and be in service in temple, at house, in our daily life, every time actually. Prabhu, our evacuation senses, how we use that in service? I don't understand that.
Hare Krishna.
Because those are one of the senses, right, Prabhu?
True. That way, even there's one more senses. The genitals, of course, by producing Krishna conscious children.
Our kids should be Krishna conscious. Otherwise, there is no sense of having sex life.
Correct. So that way is inward. So that is one sense. And we should engage in Krishna's service by keeping our bowels clear so that we don't cause inconvenience to devotees and deities.
No. I was thinking, I'm like, how to do this, right? Our eyes, we see beautiful deities, every day. We have
cleanliness. Principle of cleanliness. We detox. Yeah, the body is clean. Clearing the body.
connected to cleanliness. Okay, thank you so much, Prabhu. You are very merciful. Prabhu, our very dear Praladand Prabhuji is there. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Praladand Prabhu is just blessing us. Prabhu, maybe you have muted everybody and he cannot unmute.
I've done that because
I have tried to unmute.
Yeah, now he's unmuted. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Can you hear me now, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhuji, you are very loud and
right. I'm not asking any question, but I just want to give a little realization. Is it allowed, Prabhuji? Do I have to do that? Okay. All right. I know of a friend. All right. Very intelligent guy. He took a test for Mensa International, where they measure their IQ. All right. And he came out as 139. And they accept geniuses only above 145, like that. So this was a long story, long back in my life, like that. And then he was, very successful as a physician and all that, everything. But then, just like this story, he found himself to be a great fool when he read Neha Bikramana Swasti Patyavayana Vidyate. That's where he could realize what I could actually take with me. Right? And I know this person because I am that great fool, like that. So this was a really very enlightening class, and I'm really grateful for, Prabhuji has given so much enlightenment to us, all of us. Thank you very much again for allowing me to speak. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you for staying with us all the time, Praladand Prabhuji. Prabhuji, we have our Ritu Parna Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. I think her connection probably is.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Am I audible? I just wanted to add something. As you were asking any question, please forgive me. I'm very small to say this, but as you were telling what to do with that sense, so as per medical sciences, the whole body is connected to the large intestine. So if it is clean, the whole body will be cleansed, and then as we are attached to the body, so it even infects our consciousness also. So if body is clean, so genuinely we will be more successful in doing our services properly. Our body will be fine, so we will do our services more properly. So I just wanted to add this. I know all of you know this, but I thought add this. So please forgive me, I'm very young to say anything in front of you all. So that I all wanted to say just Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol, Mataji. You are very sweet, Mataji. Thank you for jumping in and thank you for letting us know. It is, Mataji, we all are learning. Prabhuji is there to teach all of us, but most of us, we all are learning, Mataji. So thank you for your input. That's really nice of you. It always remembers me the Srila Prabhupada story. Srila Prabhupada is Shakta Veshavatar. We all know he is the one who gave Krishna to all the planet and opening 10 temples, 100 and plus temples in 10 years. But Srila Prabhupada, when he was in New Delhi, he listened from a chai wala, a tea seller, that we should print books. This is our Srila Prabhupada. So we try to learn from wherever the good things, Mataji. So thank you for your input. It was very nice of you, Mataji, actually. Thank you. Prabhuji, our Vinita Mataji is there. Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I don't know if you have shared something from Yatra. You told me to remind you.
Not yet, Mataji. Thanks for reminding.
Not yet, right? Because I was away a little bit because I was getting my daughter ready. Hari Bol, Prabhu. Oh, wow. Jai Krishna. Krishna, Hari Bol.
That's it. This is all I wanted to share.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Because in Vraj, everything is about the dust. In Mayapur, it's the holy name. And in Jagannath Puri, it is Prasad. That's how you attain the mercy of the Dhams. So I just wanted this picture speaks louder.
Thank you so much.
I just wanted to get.
I just wanted to tell you one thing. One time, His Holiness Jayapatak Swami Maharaj, Guru Maharaj was giving class. One devotee came and gave him Tirupati Laddu. So he was showing us, all of us, okay, you all can have this Laddu in the Zoom call to all of us. I was remembering that, how sweet Guru Maharaj was showing for us.
I also do that.
Laddu and telling us to eat. Because what happens is in the Zoom call, we usually offer him some prasadam when we see him on the Zoom. So he was telling every day you all give me something to eat. So today it's my turn. So I will show you. And he was showing us that Tirupati Laddu, and when you are showing us this, I remember my Guru Maharaj. Thank you, Prabhuji, for your sweet, love and reciprocation towards us by showing us this prasadam from the Dham. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. That's it. That's all I wanted to show. It speaks louder than everything else.
Prabhu.
Jagannath Puri is prasad. Everything is all about prasad.
That seems more teasing to me, Prabhuji. Now we want that prasad and we can't have that from Zoom, Prabhu.
So we are still working on the technology to transport prasadam via Zoom.
Hari Bol, Prabhu, Hari Bol.
Work in progress. One day we'll be successful.
Yes, Prabhu. Prabhu, a small question comes into my mind again, Prabhuji. Prabhu, you know that Priyavat Maharaj, when he went around with the chariot and he made 7 oceans. So most of the oceans we can understand, but Prabhu, how we understand the liquor ocean? Then the people who will drink liquor will think, "Arey, Priyavat Maharaj made this liquor ocean." So how we understand that, Prabhu? How we can help that in our preaching, because that seems like contradictory, you know?
Yeah. We need to understand the liquor of this world and the liquor of the Upabhoga Shesha Lokas. There's a gulf of difference. This world's liquor is in Tamogun. The liquor which is there is a beverage in Sattva. The liquor of this world will make your senses weak. The liquor of that world will make your senses strong and stout. The liquor of this world will, decrease Ayusha. That will increase. This liquor of this world will make you dull. That will make you bright. It's exactly the opposite traits. So that liquor, please don't compare it to liquor of this world where people drink and then fall into the gutter and they're behaving like pigs. No. The liquor that is there in that particular ocean, the liquor which is there on the moon planet, Somaras, they're all very different. They're different in nature. We should not imagine that they are the liquor of this world. We should not compare that. Okay.
But there is liquor, so it just says Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for the beautiful class, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I'm very fortunate to associate you in Puri. Somebody met you in Puri, Prabhuji, Revati Mataji. And yes, of course, you are very fortunate, Mataji. That's another teasing to us, because we want to see Prabhuji too. One after another, you are hitting 6ers and 4s. So thank you so much, Prabhu.
Even Hargesh Shamagori Mataji is here. He's in Pune.
Arey, really? You have our boss with you, Prabhuji. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Thank you for coming on the call. I know you are so busy, Prabhu, with all the programs and so much preaching. And I am hearing you are sometime coming to Calgary too. So you must stay with me, Prabhuji, when you come to Calgary.
Pakka.
So thank you. Pakka, Hari Bol. Thank you so much, Prabhu. So dear devotees, Prabhu has to leave now for another service. We will pay our obeisances to Prabhuji and all the assembled devotees. And all the assembled Vaishnavas all over the world. So if someone can unmute everyone, thank you. Vancha kalapataru vaishyacha
kripa sindhu vihevcha patitanam pavanebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo namo
Anant Koti
namaha.
Vaishnav Vrind ki jai.
Thank you,
Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Prabhupada ki
Prabhuji, wonderful class. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Prabhuji ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Radhe Radhe.